Welcome back to the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show with Wisk and Kev, coming to you live from the Salisbury Center studios on the Wylde Style Network, powered by Monster Energy.
Happy Good Friday yet again, Kevin.
Happy Good Friday.
Monster Energy.
Fueled by Monster Energy.
What'd you say? We're what by Monster?
Powered.
I'll write it down next time. Joining us in the studio is Medicine Man. Welcome, guys.
Medicine Man.
Thank you much.
Just got off a sound check.
Yes, just
good,
off the sound check.
Good sound and sound check. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
That was a good show already. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Ready to rock the Salisbury. Come on. Is it time to play yet? Just a little bit amped up. I haven't had any Monster, but I'm still jacked.
If you're in the
I like
area,
where you're going, though. There's more tickets on sale. So, like, if you're live listening, I keep saying that. You're live listening. You know, nothing like live rock and roll, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic venue, great stage, great bands. Come out and see it. Don't miss it. You'll be the only one sitting at home going, oh.
What am I going to do tonight?
I should have been there.
Right.
Which we post a lot on Facebook. So bringing in Ray, you know, we go way back.
We do.
Yes,
We do?
Absolutely.
Since we're in Manassas, talking old Manassas, there's some Manassas connections in here.
most definitely.
Yeah.
We're based right here in Manassas. I've lived here I grew up here, maybe 1976.
That's 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. I'm like 84 now. Ray's been around for a while. These guys are Prince William County, so.
Now you're saying you're starting to introduce, but we want to do that. We always start off that way. So so please.
Don't let me step on your toes.
No. It's a great transition.
All
No,
right.
you were
I'm
He's a
natural.
exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I'm Mike Costanzo. I'm from Manassas, and we have Mr. Ray Madonna here, drummer. What's your name, dude?
Bass player, dude.
Steve Mendak on the bass. Mr. Pat Romano. And Mr. Jeff Bowers on the keyboards.
All right. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
So, yeah, we did catch the sound check. Sounded great. You guys seem to have a pretty eclectic mix of songs that you played. So talk a little bit about the band, sort of how you guys came together, any influences. We want the folks to learn more about Medicine Man.
Well, I mean, we have all kinds of influences, basically. I mean, Pat over here played in Groovalicious, a disco band, and hard rock. And we have hard rock influences, and we wanted to establish a high energy party band with a very eclectic mix of stuff. Something for everybody is what we've been trying to do. We were established last summer.
Yep.
We got together, and after about a month of practice, we won the Battle of the Bands over at Electric Palm.
Oh, nice.
And since then, we've been rolling, putting in a lot of work.
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
Eclectic is definitely the word, because we came up with song lists. It's like a lot of times band members, I know we've all played in bands, like, I don't want to play that song. I don't want to. We want to play songs people can dance to, sing to, and recognize. They don't have to be our favorite songs. We just want to create that atmosphere of,
some
we
energy.
work all week. Let's go have some fun.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
When I hear voices in my head, it's the crowd singing along with us. And they're like loud. I was really surprised. Through my ears, oh, wait a minute, it's all them. They're all singing.
Yeah, and they're dancing, having a great time. That's what it's all about.
Sure. So I was listening to Soundcheck. I love your Soundcheck. I thought you guys sounded great, and I heard what I believe is the original Medicine Man. Is that the title of that original that I heard during Soundtrack?
That is correct. That is our first original, and we are working on some more. We plan on having an album out maybe by the end of the year or so.
Wow, nice. And so, tell me about the songwriting process for that song.
I came up with some lyrics and hummed out a melody, and then Pat
And then the
off
funky guitar came in, and the funky bass came in, and then the piano came in, and it kind of just fell into place. It's not one of those where it's going to be some kind of formula. That's, first we did this, and we thought about this. It happened natural. I think one of the best parts about the band is the chemistry. Everybody is into a lot of different styles of music, so that's where the eclectic things come from. There's a lot of bands that sing great, can't rock, can't sing great, vice versa. They might do jazz. I mean, I don't think there's anything we can't play.
Yeah.
It's also, there's no attitudes or egos in the room, and when we're writing a song, I'm like, dude, you need to lighten up on the bass. I'm like, cool. It's what is best for the song.
That's every song on me.
Sorry,
I noticed that you were very self-serving, or like self-depreciative on that when you took the shot. You know what I mean? You were backing off the bass and nothing else. So it was very giving of you.
After 41 years, you have to tell me that. I play from the heart. When I hear something, it just goes brain fingers, and it's going like, dude. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, metalhead, easy. So.
I think one of the best things about that song and the way that it was written is I was actually sick when these guys were together writing it, and Mike is also a drummer, very established drummer. So he already knows here when he's writing the lyrics, he hears it. He knows what he wants to hear. So when I came in, the drums were already kind of established. So that gives me a really good bass line to go on. And it really came together. And then, a couple little switches, and everybody's added a little bit to it.
He was awful nice about that.
Ray, this is a part you're gonna play.
Again, no egos, right?
right.
I'm like, dude, I want that fill this way. Come on.
It's easy to write with these guys. I was messing around on a bass that I have, and I kind of detuned it a little bit, and he just started playing, and I just fell into something. And the next thing I know, us three are jamming something, and just the energy flows with, hey, let's do this, and then, after playing for all these years, it's easy for us to go, hey, why don't we do this, try that. If it doesn't work, try something else, but it's easy to write with these guys.
And the chemistry is phenomenal.
Yeah,
cool. That's magic, man. It's all about feel, right?
Absolutely.
Magic men. You know what I mean? Like I stole the word out of your band name.
Everybody come get your medicine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So being local from this area, I'm sure you all are familiar with this facility, what it used to be. What are your first thoughts coming into the Salisbury Center?
I used to take my kids here when it was a movie theater.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
I used to come here as a kid.
Yeah.
Movie theater.
Actually, I was up at the shopping center up the street. I wasn't even here. I'm like, where are all these guys?
He has a
actually-
special GPS.
We thought you
Awesome.
we thought you went to Tally Ho.
I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I saw the very first Star Wars movie here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There was a lot of Star Wars movies here, like over those 70s and 80s, the original period.
When this,
Yeah, the original. When
this
Star
place
Wars
was
came out, I saw it.
It was actually the other end. It was Reb Yank on the other end.
Yeah, and when this
Yeah,
place
well,
was when this place was a movie theater, there used to be a place over here called Tommy's, and we used to play there as well. As far as when I was in another band.
There was fights there every night.
Oh yeah, Red Yank was where Tommy's was at. Right?
Yeah.
And this was where Manassas Movies was at.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah,
Tommy's fights every night was one of the reasons why we almost weren't allowed to have bands here.
All right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Well, and
We
I'll
had
say
to fight
this.
for that.
Yeah.
Jeff, I go way back with him too. So to see him, because I've seen him through many years go through ventures, and some worked and some didn't, just like anybody. But this one did, and unfortunately, I hadn't been able to come out and see some of the great shows that have been here to this point. But like when I walked in here yesterday to put the drums on the riser, I was just like, wow. And I told him, I said, dude, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You made this an absolute phenomenal place, and can't wait to play that stage, man.
Absolutely. Well, and then Ray, you're getting nostalgic like that. I'm getting nostalgic too, because I tell Jeff Salisbury how much I love him and like how I appreciate him for putting everything together. But we played together in some battle of the bands, so to speak, moments or talent show moments. Back in our day, when we were
back,
kids,
man.
and so like for me personally, that's a thrill for me.
Me too,
Like
dude.
this is kind of happening again with Pete, and also.
Absolutely.
You
It's
know?
what you all said earlier, the Manassas connections. It's really...
Yeah. Makes it a
Like
good
you
night,
said.
special night.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have dreamed that like a night like that would have ever happened again in our lives?
Right, right.
Manassas needed something like this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A nice club, a nice spot, with a nice stage. It's great.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Excellent.
So a little bit about the band. I know you guys got a Facebook page. You guys on other social. Where can people find out about what's going on with Medicine Man?
Well, we've got Facebook. and
Instagram.
the Instagram. So I'm working on building the Instagram up based on what is on our Facebook. And one of the things that we're actively working on is getting videos and photos and stuff like that to fill up both pages. And ultimately, we have got a website in the works.
Okay.
So, we'll come out and announce that and cut the ribbon when that comes.
Awesome.
Stay tuned. More to follow. Stay tuned. Don't
It
turn
is
it.
90% done, and it will be medicinemanband.com when it's up and running. And right now we're Medicine Man Official on Facebook and Instagram.
Cool.
What so with the mix of songs you guys are playing and trying to feed off the energy, what's the one or a couple of the songs that really you guys enjoy playing that gets the crowd really hyped?
I'd say one of the things we focus on, there's a lot of bands that will have songs they stop and start. We really focus on show, and you'll see as later in the night we have a lot of musical transitions in between, like when he's changing to drums and he's going to percussion. We're going to be doing some little jams in between. The dance moshes that we do are really go over really well, because what they do is we usually come out and they're jamming to the classic rock, and there's some songs that we think in our heads, oh well, they'll like to listen to it. Next thing you know, everybody's up dancing because they love that song. So we transition from the classic rock. So we do everything from Prince, Morris Day and the Time, to ZZ Top, to classic rock, to Blues Brothers. I mean, you can tell right there just from one to the other. Oh, we play ZZ Top and Prince.
Some 90s rap.
Yeah.
And some of the Rapper's Delight, and we
Nice.
Disco.
Yeah.
We do a bunch of disco.
I call it don't say disco. It's dance music.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Casey and the Sunshine Band is disco, my friend.
When we play it, it's Medicine Man.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You can't talk me into that.
It's
Nope,
definitely
nope, nope,
disco.
nope, nope, nope.
But it's fun, and it keeps it like Pat said, it keeps the floor moving.
Yeah.
And once it starts moving, it doesn't stop, because that's the formula. When the girls get out there and they're dancing, the guys get on the floor, they're dancing. Next thing you know, the liquor starts flowing, and people just don't sit down. We get
Usually for about 2.5 sets. And it's just elbows.
We wear them out.
Excellent.
They can't take it anymore.
we get people running outside saying, "Are you off your break yet?" Keep playing.
We need to use the bathroom.
Where's Steve?
So how did you guys so you're saying I see a lot of faces. I've seen like I said, I've known Ray for a very long time. So how did you guys really kind of come together?
Actually, it was this man here.
Oh, let me tell the story. Okay. Michael was playing in another band for a while, and we talked over one summer. I said, man, we should do something, and he said, yeah, I'm going on vacation. When I get back, we'll talk. So I never heard back. And so then I finally get a message from him. Oh, I think we're getting the old band back together. So really, he ditched me for
Blues
a whole year.
Yeah.
For a whole year, he ditched me, right? Yeah. So then they finally decided a year later, yeah, we're tired. We want to move on. They give me a call, right? So they're like, do you know a bass player? So I'm living in Lake Ridge. I'm in Safeway, and I'm like, Steve, what's going on? He goes, yeah, I just live right down the street. I had no idea.
I've known him since I was 18, and he was playing in metal bands. And
we just exchanged numbers. I was like, and I told them, I said, I think we got a bass player. And the funny thing about it is, he goes, well, I don't sing very many backups. So then we get down to the basement, he starts singing. I'm like, what?
we did the Doobie Brothers that we did. We did the acapella.
Yeah.
And I slammed the high note, which is kind of like at the edge of my range.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of lean back to get a little bit of gut into it. Yeah. And they were like,
No, more than a little bit.
You lied to us. I'm like, well, it's subjective. Sometimes the fingers and the vocals do not coincide, and there's some stuff that I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm so involved. It takes a lot of practice. Some songs, but
Yeah.
a lot of stuff is easy.
So we played actually when we won the Battle of the Bands, it was just us four, and then we're like, man, we really need a keyboard player. And I don't know if we'd put something out on Facebook.
I put an ad out on Facebook, and A friend of mine gave me Jeff's number. Jeff just happened to know Steve from another band.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you know a guy named Jeff?" I'm like, "If his last name is Bowers, you need to get him in the room now." He's a great keyboard player, great songwriter,
and
great vocalist.
Jeff's an accomplished songwriter. Has his own CDs that he just finished. You want to talk about that a little bit, Jeff?
Yeah. I mean, I've been in and out of bands for quite a while. Most of the bands that I've been in were southern rock country bands. So when we started playing together, I was like, what do you want to sing? And I'm like, Jason Aldean. Like, okay, we can try that. And it goes over pretty well with the crowd too. But once I got out of the band that I was in, and I started writing, recording. I got into a band with doing vocals with Steve with a band called August, and we did a couple albums. And so I put one album together and released it. And my idea was to do a double album. No, I had enough material for it, but the recording process and everything, since with my full-time job and recording at night, I was like, this just isn't going to work. So side 1 and side 2 it became. So I just finished up side 2, recorded it in my house, mixed it and everything, played pretty much everything on the album. And finally the mix is done. I just got to get the artwork done and release it. So
nice.
Hell
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Two Sides to Every Story by Jeff Bowers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. It's good to know. We were talking about that. We were talking about that with First Try, with my crew, that like how same thing, like we've bounced in and out, of different bands over different years, and, had these different types of experiences with recording or playing live or whatever. And then just by chance, you wind up on the same stage tonight, and I think it's probably all of our experience from sounding like.
Well, and I'll ask you, the first time I'll ask both of you, so I played in a band called Flux with Pat. And we were getting going, and then unfortunately for me, I got an infection in my leg, and that's anybody that knows me knows about my leg situation. And they did a benefit.
It got lopped off.
I got it lopped off. Thank God it's my hi-hat leg. But anyway, so Mike and his wife put together this phenomenal benefit for me, and it was very well received, and it was wonderful. But Flux was playing, and I only had one leg, so I couldn't. That was like literally right after the surgery. And so Mike filled in and played the show on drums. So my question is this: is that the first time you all ever met each other?
I was at your deck jam. Was that after that? I don't remember.
I think I was after that.
Shit.
I had met you years and years ago in the metal days, and that's
back in the hair days.
Yeah.
And Mike and I had been playing in a band for a while at that point.
And me and Ray have been on and off playing drums and percussion, just messing around for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
We had two drum sets set up in a room facing each other playing.
Yeah. Cool.
At one point, back in our early 20s.
Yeah.
So outside of tonight's gig, what other shows are on the horizon for you guys?
What do we have coming up next? We have some private stuff coming up, and then we will be at Sinistral in May, Kraftwerks again in May.
No,
the Electric Palm.
Sinistral June 3rd.
Sinistral's June 3rd, May 20th at the at Kraftwerks.
That's correct.
Then we'll be at the Electric Palm. That seems to be our
home.
Our home for now. Hopefully it ends up being this place.
Yeah.
Drop a name.
We're doing our audition in about an hour.
Awesome. Well, certainly nice meeting you. Obviously, good seeing you again, Ray.
Hey, man, always good to see you
and
guys.
Looking forward to the set tonight.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for stopping by.
So are we.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you very much.
Just hit a couple of upcoming events here for the Salisbury Center. On April 16th is Friday Night Metal Night featuring the Glowing Embers.
That's my birthday.
Is it? Happy birthday.
I might have to get some metal.
Don't interrupt.
And then May 13th is the owner's birthday bash featuring Gavin Evick, Days of Five, and Kicks. So looking forward to that night. And that's it for this episode of the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show with Wisk and Kev.
Fueled by Monster energy drink.